first things first, what inspired you to start the HR booth?
Good question. So I suppose I wanted a bit more kind of flexibility. My son Harry at the time was quite wee. I'd got a little bit fed up of kind of office politics and kind of working in the corporate world, so fancied just looking after kind of smaller businesses, like kind of doing that. I'd worked for a lot of larger organisations up till that point, so the prospect of kind of looking after kind of smaller SME businesses was quite appealing.
A lot of work involved in starting up a business. It's not just something you can do overnight.
Yeah.
What were some of the biggest challenges you can experience in the early days?
So the first kind of challenge was actually probably kind of growing a kind of network, so actually getting business. So kind of prior to the HR booth, I didn't really have a kind of big network of people, if you like, in terms of the business community. Everything I'd done previously was kind of HR related, so trying to kind of grow a network locally was a challenge. Also to kind of learn quite a lot about business. So I'd done HR all my days, so been able to kind of learn about sales, about marketing, about networking, about the finance kind of side of the things in the business. So kind of to learn all that in the early days as well, and I still learn that even today. Never kind of stop learning. So that was probably some of the bigger challenges in the beginning.
You began from working for a garden shed. It's quite a story to the office we've got now. How was that experience going from the shed to now a fully functioning office?
Yeah, so I actually loved the shed to be honest. I remember me and my dad actually insulating it. That was years and years ago, and it was kind of set up properly as an office, you know, had the filing cabinet, nice wee kind of heater in the winter time, desk and laptop, and that was all kind of set up. So I really enjoyed it. The biggest hazard was probably in the winter, walking from my back door with my cup of coffee and across the decking, which is quite slippy. So that was probably the biggest kind of risk, but I did enjoy the garden shed.
So kind of growing into this office now,
yeah.
What were some of the challenges you faced as you were growing the business, and how did you kind of overcome these?
Yeah, so I suppose there's kind of lots of kind of challenges. I suppose the biggest thing in the business was probably in the early days was around the kind of networking side of things that I've touched on. I was doing everything from client delivery at that point, being on my own, the finance side of things, credit control, invoicing, sales and marketing, business development, everything like that. So then as you kind of started to grow a team, what you're then able to do is empower the team to do some of these tasks. Making sure you've got the kind of right people around you, putting systems in place, so starting to kind of automate some of the processes, for example, and put that into place as you start to continue to grow the team, and that's always evolving as the team continues to grow.
The team evolving, the world of HR is evolving now, with the employment rights bill coming in, all that sort of stuff. What has the HR booth done to kind of keep up to date with all this?
Yeah, so we kind of keep up to date with legislation all the time. We've got a good relationship, obviously, with Blackadder's employment lawyers, so they'll come in from time to time and do an employment law update. But in addition to that, we're obviously members of the CIPD, and we keep up to date with the changes legislation through various kinds of newsletters, looking at kind of current trends. Personally, I kind of listen to a lot of podcasts, so kind of keeping up to date, not just with legislation changes, but how HR and kind of people management is evolving. So that kind of keeps us at the forefront, and then try to educate the team through the kind of regular kind of one-to-ones that we kind of have, and the kind of monthly updates and things like that.
So a milestone, a memorable moment where you thought, yeah, this is working, I'm proud of what I've done here.
Probably Emma, our first employee, actually was quite a proud moment. I suppose at that point it started to feel like a proper business that had a member of the team. That was also the time kind of got our first office as well. So at that point it started to feel like a kind of proper business, if you like. And then obviously I've got a responsibility to look after Emma, and then as we add more people in, there's a responsibility to make sure that we've got enough business to kind of pay everybody's wages. So I'm conscious that there's a lot of mouths to feed, and people have got mortgages and other kind of commitments, so that's a big responsibility on my shoulders. So kind of needing to make sure that we do that properly. So yeah, milestone probably the first one, and as you add more people, it just becomes a bigger responsibility. But yeah, probably the first employee, first office would be.
How was that adjusting from working on your own to then having an employee, someone else to work with, share the workload? How did you find that?
I was good, enjoyed that. There was a lot of time having to be spent in terms of kind of showing how we do things here. and then getting their input in terms of how we can make things a little bit better and easier. So having someone to kind of chat to in the office was good, and then just having someone else to kind of work with, and then it took some of the pressure off me, because initially that was a lot of the admin tasks and the kind of marketing side of things that was in kind of taken off me, so that kind of freed me up a little bit to then go and get more business. And then very quickly we kind of brought someone else in a few months after that, so that definitely did.
Yeah, and changing topic to kind of core values. If you've ever been in our office, you'll see the big stickers on the wall. You can't really miss them. Why did you pick the core values of trust, relationship, quality, solutions-minded, agile responsiveness, and personal development? Why did you pick these, and how do they kind of shape our business operations?
Yeah, so, and that's fact, I didn't really kind of pick the values to be honest. So we did a session a number of years ago with Vickis, who's my business advisor, and we're speaking about kind of core values, what was important to me, what I kind of felt was important to the business, and I kind of shared some of that with Vickis. And at that time, Vickis did a session with the team to get their input in terms of what was it like to work at the HR booth, what did it mean to the team working at the HR booth, and on the back of that, we kind of created the set of kind of core values that we have today. And then what we've done on a kind of regular basis is kind of validated the core values to say, are they still relevant? Is that still what it means for the HR booth? So that's how that kind of come about. And then it should be more than just kind of stickers on the wall. What we're trying to do is do the weekly updates, is recognise if people have lived up to the kind of core values and demonstrated that. And then more importantly, that's covered as part of the kind of one-to-one process as well. So evidence and where people have demonstrated the core values, and if people haven't, then we're trying to kind of look at the root cause for that, give feedback, and hopefully moving forward people do that. So it's recognising the good, but also if required, if people haven't demonstrated that, then we have a conversation around that and a bit of accountability and hopefully recognise and learn for the next time.
And looking ahead, what are your key aspirations for the future of the HR booth?
Yep, so continue to grow. I think enjoy working with the team. So big plans over the next few months is to kind of consolidate what we've got. Looking at kind of succession planning within the team and a bit more kind of personal and career development for the team members. We'll still continue to grow. I want us to really be, if a business is needing HR support, that we're the first people to think of and continue to grow that way. So proud of what we've achieved as a team up until now, but I think there's more.
And you just touched on the future there. The world of HR is changing, as we mentioned. Yep. What does the future look like for the world of HR?
Yeah, so I think that's always evolving. I think some of the kind of changes that have happened have perhaps been accelerated because of COVID. So things like hybrid working and home working, that probably would have happened, but maybe not as quickly. So that is kind of changing. People want to work in businesses that have got a good culture, feel they're kind of part of a purpose and that kind of community. And I think businesses need to kind of recognise that as well and embrace that. I think there's lots of changes in technology, AI, etc. So again, rather than being put off by that, it's embracing that. And that will be how you potentially attract talent in the future, how you engage with the team members, how you train and develop them. The technology's all got a kind of part to play. So I think the world of work is changing. People want kind of different things from an employer, what they maybe wanted a number of years ago. So it's making sure that businesses understand that. So be able to support them with that transition.
And looking back a bit, if you had one piece of advice for your younger self, now that you're in the position that you are, what would that piece of advice be, do you think?
That's a good question. So probably believe in yourself, kind of follow your dreams and keep doing what you're doing, really, would be the advice. So just keep persevering and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and picking your brains again, what would your one piece of advice for kind of a business owner is maybe just starting up, or think they're starting up but unsure what to do? What would your piece of advice be for them?
Yeah, so if you've got an idea in terms of starting a business, go for it. But the key thing, I think, once you've done that, is definitely kind of grow a network. A lot of our business still comes from people I built relationships with 12, 13 years ago. So kind of grow a network, surround yourself with kind of positive and like-minded people. So whether that's not just your network, but also the people you bring into the business. Probably deal with any negativity in a timely manner, because that if not, it can become quite kind of toxic. And then probably look at outsourcing. Not saying, well, obviously if you've got HR, outsource it, but actually maybe anything in the business that you can outsource, and also anything in your personal life that you can outsource, because anything that's probably a drain on your time that stops you kind of growing the business, look to outsource it. So whether that's stuff at home, DIY, or general stuff like that, or stuff in the business that you can outsource, do that as quickly as you can.